forward. Beyond anything.
Are you ready? Good deal. I'm not in your shot, am I, Wes?
You're fine.
Is he okay there?
Yeah.
One. The picture you took that you posted on Facebook, was that a recent picture?
Yeah, that was last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah. We've been at City Hall every night since March 22nd. Right after the City Council meeting, and then of course we did we held a line the March 23rd. That worked well. There was that guy, and we had nothing to do with him. You know, that came and tried to pull open the car door, the truck door. We had nothing. I never seen that guy before in my life.
What did he do? I forget that one.
You know, where Castaneda broke up a fight thing, and
oh, down here, yeah.
Yeah, that was a month ago. But we've been at City Hall every night, just trying to build community. I mean, people have lost everything they possessed off of Market Way. The way that they did that was completely wrong. They did the same thing up Soledad. They were going to do the same thing up Lake Street, and just push people out. I mean, that's just really, it doesn't matter how much or how little you got. Just the very fact that you're here, that's enough to make them want people gone. But where do you go? What do you do? I mean, you know, it's how you treat people. That's my overarching concern. Is how people are treated.
So the sleep out or the camp out, is there a motive behind it?
That morning of the 23rd, Jill Allen from Dorothy's Place announced a commitment from her and Coalition of Homeless Service Providers that they'd like to house 200 people within 90 days. And so to remain vigilant to that effort, I've been collecting people and doing the service prioritization, the SPDATs is what they're called. And that's a form to try to get people housed. So we've been doing intakes, going around the city. The city's posted underneath Sanborn Bridge, LV Drive, and Griffin Road or Street. And those notices actually, within 72 hours of the city's own administrative procedure, within 72 hours, service providers are supposed to be contacted and connect people with services. And that's not happened. Griffin and LV, I think, have already been cleaned up. And Sanborn, they've not done yet. But no service providers have come out to any of those locations because I've done SPDATs on those locations. And I asked.
So the camp out is kind of like just, okay, we're going to hold you to your word. We're going to be here for 90 days until this thing is done. And
That's
make sure you find homes for the 200 people.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I mean, we're just trying to make sure that nobody's caught in the crack. You know, we're trying to fill those cracks, and we're just an extra resource. Basically, we got blankets and tents. We don't have any food. We ask people to use the restroom before they show up. And, you know, we got 3 basic rules: no drinking, no drugs, no drama. And it's pretty simple, and we end up having a really good time. You know, laughing it up, and then about 10 o'clock or so, you know, it's time to go to bed.
There's reports that maybe some defecation, some urination going on the city property, city walls.
Okay, I'm not aware of that, but like, I mean, I suppose I've asked, and I understand liability issue. You know, you can't really leave a door open or give me a key or something like that, especially if I'm not really being terribly supportive of the city. Why would they do any favors? But if that happens, like I said, I mean, I've asked people to, you know, there's a Subway that closes at about 8 o'clock. The Japanese restaurant right next door has been kind of, at least to a few people that have mentioned it, you know, gone in there. Oh yeah, they've been nice. The bar down the street, Dubbers, and you know, that's all I can do is ask. I mean, you know, I mean, people are outside no matter what. So no matter what you do, no matter where you go, it's an issue. I mean, you know, what how am I supposed to be responsible for that?
Trash.
I've been picking up all the trash in the morning. I do ask people to pick up. You know, when we have food, it's usually clear. That whole, you know, courtyard is usually clear by the morning.
Wes, anything else?
Well, tomorrow there's a County Board of Supervisors meeting where the report on homelessness will be. It is the last thing on the afternoon agenda, so I'm not sure if that's going to conflict with the City Council meeting, but I do plan on being at both. And just trying to plead with the city and the county to allow the service providers the opportunities they need to run through this process of getting people housed. And if that means not noticing and not evicting people from where they're at so that you can connect with them after you get connected with services. Because that's been another thing at the Downtown Community Board meeting beginning of the month. Jill Allen did mention that over 50% of everyone that they've contacted they can't find. So you get connected with services and then they get evicted and you can't find them again. You're not helping anything. All you're doing is getting a form filled out, and nobody. The end result, the goal, which I understand is everybody's goal, is to get people housed. The city is making it terribly difficult to do that. And that's all I'm requesting and hoping for and advocating for is that let people have the only form of shelter they have at this point. Don't steal what they have if you can't put them in a better situation.
All right, well, quick two-shot. What time do you guys head out there?
Well, 6 to 6 is legal.
6 to 6.
Yeah, so there are people there before 6. We usually set up at 10, a little after, and we leave at 6.
Are they locals, or
Yeah.
do you know of any of those who might be out of the area?
That first night we had a few people from Santa Cruz and a few people from Monterey, but mainly it's more homeless people than advocates, housed.
So it's advocates as well.
Yes.
So people who might not necessarily be homeless.
Right.
Okay.
Right, but they've experienced such, and they have some compassion, I suppose. The city says they have a lot of compassion, but their actions prove otherwise. And if they really had compassion, they wouldn't steal what little people have, on the promise of a chance of housing, and then obliterate where they're at and say, "Don't worry, we'll find you later." Not very likely.
Did Jill have any running total now of how many people?
Tomorrow, that will be part of the report tomorrow.
We put so many people and found housing for so many people and direct.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Well, and so I think we're all striving for the same goal, and I'm not sure if the city is really on board with that, or if their true intention is just, originally when this first came out in September, I asked, is this going to be an emergency basis or a systematic basis? I asked the city attorney Callahan. I asked him that, and he said, no, it's going to be systematic, which sounds an awful lot like we're going to hit every single encampment and post every single encampment, and wherever we find you, we will be taking what you have until 2 or 3 times later you get everything stolen from you. You say, well, I guess I'll go to a different town. Maybe they won't pick on me so much. And that's actually part of the Neighborhood Watch, advocacy or position is, if you make it hard enough on them, maybe they'll just leave town altogether. And I believe that's the city's intention. Instead of it being, as far as I understand, it's a lot cheaper. That 1.46 million that they keep touting and throwing over the head. It's most of it is in building. About $1 million is in building. Mid-Bend 225. This 500,000. This is 10, right? Yeah, I think this is 10. This is the city's building. I mean, they're all vacant and not broken ground buildings. And then you got 450,000 in sweeps, cleanups. So when you add up most of the money, you got emergency services grant, which is about, I think, 300,000. But everything else has gone to being negative, as far as supporting homelessness.
Wesley.
Hey, William Silas.
Just moment. I just want Mr. Cortez, please. I would like for you to stress to the general public how very poor an example the Salinas City government is during this period with respect to the homeless situation. I would like for you to do that, sir.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
All right. All right,
Nice
Wes.
seeing you.
We'll see you tomorrow. What time tomorrow at the Board of Soups?
Well, it's on the afternoon agenda sometime after 1:30. So there are 3 items, and I would assume that every single one of them are going to take about an hour or so, which makes me late to City Council.
It's a 4 o'clock session.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. You know, luckily there, I'm hoping I can beat it. You know, for public comment because there's a couple of presentations in the way.
We'll catch up tomorrow.
All right, boss.
Thanks for your time.
Yep.
Hey Wes, on any given night, how many tents you have out there?
Well, you know, we got about 12 to 20 people a night, and as far as tents go, we've got 6 tents, but a lot of people actually enjoy sleeping outside, which is kind of you know, interesting in itself.
Well, the weather's definitely for that.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, I can't control everybody where they go, but I do ask and I do tell, and when I catch people, I say, hey, go somewhere else. You know.
Good deal.
All right, boss.
Keep them in line because they're getting.
It'd be great. I mean, like I said, I mean, I think we're all heading toward the same goal, and that's all. I mean, I'm not trying to be contrary or confrontational. I just treating them like the way they're being treated is not, you know, the way to go. All right.